the ColorLogic system works accurately because we have characterized all of our colors and our decorative effects based on what the printing press can do. So we've basically studied all major press manufacturers, whether that's printing with white ink or silver ink or toner, and we then built a system around it. So all of our algorithms in our plugins, all the color formulations in our swatch books are based around what the press can achieve. So from there, we now know what is achievable with the machine. We can now use those tools to do color separation. So that could be in Illustrator, like we're in now, to show you. We could be packaging labels, etc., using our dedicated metallic palettes. Could be in InDesign as well, but today we're going to demonstrate how to do the image separation that we did for Printing United on your files. So as a quick demonstration to compare against how white ink is usually done versus what we do with ColorLogic, on the left hand side we have the traditional old-fashioned white ink mask. Now that basically means you have to create a separation where you want to see the white. Now you can't see white on a computer screen if you make it white. So for anybody that's not familiar with this, if I make it white and then I switch on my file, you cannot see your white separation because white set to overprint or multiply goes transparent. Therefore, we're all taught that basically we should create a spot color called white and we should make it like blue, for example. That's the most commonly used one. So now we see the white, but it's blue. So all your whites are blue, all your images contaminated by blue colors, you can't really see the intent of the design correctly. Now what normally happens is people basically put metallic in everything else. So in this background area, for example, you would have the silver substrate and that's it. So you'd have silver substrate and white. And it's quite a crude way of working. You get these kind of like hard edges. There's no photorealism, there's no shading, and quite honestly, it looks quite terrible. Now with ColorLogic, on the other hand, this image here, we have the ColorLogic separation. So you can see the image on the right actually looks right. It looks correct. And it looks correct because we're using our plugins. So first of all, we have a plugin from the plugin menu. It's an Adobe UXP based plugin. The image separation algorithms have been developed, like I said, based on what the press can do. So it takes into account things like ISO standard for the CMYK. And then calculates the optimum effect for the pixels in the image based on all these different properties. Yellow is more translucent than a blue. You need less metallic in the yellows than you do into the cyans. There's an anti-screen clash algorithm built in there. There's a whole range of complexity. But what it basically means is all you have to do is create metallic separation. So we've done one here. We've got the separation done. So the silver is the silver substrate. The white is the white ink mask. So unlike comparing it against the old-fashioned method, our separation shows you the silver substrate and the white, whereas the old-fashioned method doesn't show you a silver substrate, doesn't show you white. So what's the more logical thing? Design where you can see the effect correctly, accurately, with color separations that generates photorealistic separations. You've got tonal shading throughout there. It's not 100% white, it's not 100% silver substrate. We create tonal ranges based on our algorithms. So that means that we have these photorealistic separations. Now the next thing we're going to do is show you how we did it on your actual file, so we can show you how the plugin worked and what we did to it. We will then take that file and render it in the FX viewer, which we use to see the metallic effects, and then we can then see what the final printed result was like. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so to convert this image, extremely simple. Go to the plugin menu, go to ColorLogic, go to Image Effects. You're then going to press the Create Metallic Separation button. So it's going to do all the hard work for you. It's going to calculate the optimum effect for each pixel in the image by measuring it and calculating that metallic separation. What that means is, in simple terms, is we end up with a metallic separation based on each color inside the image. And you'll find that this is a tonal separation, meaning we have different shades of the metallic effect in there. Now, you don't want everything to be metallic, otherwise your image will look flat. So we're going to make a mask, and then we're going to delete what we don't want from the ColorLogic separation. So anything that's white will be the white ink mask, anything that's silver is going to be the silver substrate. Nice and simple, hey? So next what we're going to do, silver substrate is quite grey, quite dirty and dark. We're actually going to compensate for that through the image, so we're going to do some colour retouching. So if you put silver substrate underneath this colour, it's getting that greyness from the silver substrate, so that's what we're going to remove. So to do that, we're going to flatten the image down, we're going to convert it into CMYK. That's because you want to be doing your color correction work on a CMYK layer. We're going to make a selection of the ColorLogic pixels from our separation that was created. We're going to do a new brightness and contrast separation mask, and from the brightness and properties channel, we're going to increase that to 30. So what that means is it's lightening the overall area only in the pixels from the color logic separation. So nothing else is affected, only where we're going to have that metallic effect. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to make a selection, go back onto our layers. We're going to do another color correction mask, but this time it's a hue and saturation mask. I'm going to hit that up in the saturation by about 15 points. What that means is we're just adding a little bit of colour in there and brightening it up as well to compensate for the greyness of the substrate so your image doesn't become too dark. And this is where the skill and education from Color Logic comes in. We have over 16 years of experience specifically just with Color Logic. Spanning back to that, I've been doing this since 2002, working with decorative effects, print embellishments, and specifically metallics. We've got the color knowledge, we've got the foundations, we've got the tools, we've got the products. Everything we do is to make it effective and work correctly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to save that file, we're going to take that over into Illustrator, we're going to lay it into a page layout, and then we're going to save it as a PDF file. We're then going to bring that PDF file into the FX viewer that we can then send and show a visual to our customer and see it in foil on the screen. So let's go and do that now.